We're moving and shaking. Let's see what we can do about it. All right. What's going on, Paul? Sorry. Just need a second. Moving some stuff, making sure I can read you guys. Sorry about that. Let's get some background music going. Can you guys hear me okay? What's up? How we doing? What up? Should I really make my name the same everywhere, huh? I mean, probably. What's up? Arizona's pretty good, man. I'm enjoying it. How we doing today? I know it's not going to be perfect because I didn't have much time to set up for my stuff, but it should be more than enough. As long as you can hear me, that's okay. Let's see if I can get some background music going too. All right, music, catalog. Let's do licensable music. And we'll do chill out music. Is that good enough? Yeah. That's a little loud. Did I get 6-star Star-Lord? No, I did not. There. Background music should be going on. We're almost ready, guys. Sorry. How close were you? I couldn't play it all on Thursday. I didn't have internet access, so I'll talk to you guys about it. But let's get this game running. 1 second. This is what we need. Let's create a source projector. Let's put this here. Okay. My flight was good, man. Alright, are you happy about the Widowmaker calendar? I'm sort of happy with it, yeah. So, here's where we left off. Two things you're going to notice. So on the last day of the Star Wars event, I was left with 10 shards away, about, on Yondu, right? This is where we were. I could not log in throughout the entirety of the day. I just couldn't. Nothing I could do. I was on a flight. The flight was extended. I think Blob would be at the reinstore. That makes sense. I think so. The flight was extended. I was in the air for an extra hour. By the time I landed, now you guys don't know, my main phone, the phone I have my main gameplay on, is my normal day-to-day phone, right? No notes, no big deal. Nothing. But my free-to-play account, I just have it on an extra phone. I don't have a service on it or anything like that. So unless I have Wi-Fi, I can't do anything. So that's why it's on both my laptop, which you're seeing right here, and a secondary phone, of which I didn't have either access to at the airport or anything like that. So by the time I did get home, it was well past 8 o'clock. I couldn't have even made an attempt to farm them. So I literally, from the second I woke up in the morning until, and that night, I didn't have energy, and I was trying to be a little bit more conservative with my cores, because as you can see, I don't have many left. So the message of this stream is going to be, yeah, I just threw it together. The message of this stream is going to be, hubris, right? So, do I think I still would have gotten a 6-star Star-Lord? Yes. I stand to the reason that I was so close that realistically, as a free-to-play player, within 4 months of direct target farming with a little bit of extra work on other characters, I wouldn't have had a single problem completing it. So, I still think that just because I didn't get him doesn't mean I wouldn't have gotten him had it not been for series of lifestyle circumstances. But that also does go and illustrate one of the most important things, which is life. You know? What's going on, man? Life is ridiculous, right? Like, this is still a game we play, and I do love this game, and I'm very passionate about it, and I go through a lot of work. It does take a lot of my time up to make the content I do, both play and, like, main account, all of it. I spend a lot of time to it, but on occasion, things come up. And because of that, it really illustrates the major difference between a true free-to-play account and a very casual or cheap-to-play spender. Because I would never have come up to this moment had I just bought one Yondu offer 20 days ago. You know what I mean? Like, never would have come up. Never would have happened if I'd spent money. But obviously, the point was to show that I could. And as a result, I have... Look, I'm still claiming the gifts from yesterday. That's how long it's been since I've been able to log into this account. 2 different arena rewards. Sure. So I think that the biggest takeaway from what I was doing is, while I gotten a 6-star Star Lord, I obviously would have went into Dark Dimension 1 relatively quickly and progressed. For some reason, your Widowmaker calendar started a week ago. I believe it starts at random times for random people now, but that's mostly because of how the Widowmaker calendar works for people, because they keep adding a random amount of it. You know, like, everyone seems to get a Widowmaker calendar. I think it just starts at random stuff. Take credit in this, Tony. When you mentioned the possibility of a 6-star, I started farming Sinister 6 and got Star Lord. Also have IW. Oh, no, I don't feel bad, but it is a failure, right? At the end of the day, it's a failure. It was a reach? Should I have done it in the first place? No, probably not. But hindsight is always 20/20. Like, you always know if it was the right or wrong choice afterwards. And obviously, had I not taken a flight out on a Thursday, I definitely wouldn't have missed this issue. Yeah, but oh, it doesn't change anything. That's the gist of what I'm saying. Like, it doesn't change that what I did was still right. The only question is, I know it still worked for people, and I know plenty of people who did get a 6-star Star Lord for doing it. And I stood by what I said, which is I'd get a unlock of Star Lord immediately. Now, here comes the issue. So I'm not farming Yondu anymore, right? Like, fuck him. I'll get those 10 shards whenever. Ravager Bruiser? Okay. Bye. Like, now we're going straight into these guys. Where is Rhino? So, Rhino, again, I'm not worried. I assume he's 5-star already. I'm not even thinking about it, right? Like, I have enough credits. Oh, I don't have enough credits. I have to blitz a little bit more. Okay, so I'll blitz. Another thing I haven't done. So, I have enough credits to make sure that this all works out. The Green Goblin and Shocker are the current major farms. I don't have the cores that I did, but I do have... Oop, never mind, we're not getting Shocker. Ever. I do have, about 10 days? Because the Star Wars event's over. So I have about 10 days before the start of the Invisible Woman event. Give or take. Maybe a little bit longer. But I anticipate they'll probably announce the Invisible Woman event next Wednesday or something. And then by Monday, the event will start. Silvio? Hi, Silvio. Travels have gone well? No. How difficult is the IW event, may I ask? I wouldn't bring a team that's less than, 60 to 70k in, if that answers the question. But ultimately, you should be fine. Back-to-back legendaries? There's always back-to-back legendaries. The legendary calendar, the way the game is designed, is that there should only ever be between 10 and 15 days between legendary events. And a lot of it is because they have to retire people. So IW will be the next legendary, right? No problem. And then here's where we find out how accurate... I mean, look at the screen. You tell me if I'm getting IW this time. Star-Lord... Perfect, right? Nick Fury. Is Nick Fury majorly responsible, for the problem with, the legendaries? Yeah, so we just gotta probably retire Nick Fury and call it a day. Yeah. I think 10 days. Any tier 4s in Star Wars? You don't have to put any, but his passive is a pretty decent one. Oh. Sorry, I'm just looking at a whole bunch of stuff right now, trying to get all the information. Okay, so yeah. But with the exception of just farming these two characters, because these are the only two I'm farming, and even if I miss IW, that's okay. That's okay for what I'm trying to do. But these are the only two characters I'm farming to 5, and when I get them to 5, I'm done. Now we're working on teams, right? So this is the kind of takeaway. I missed the 6-star Star Lord. Okay, we're just gonna bring him as quickly as we can to gear tier 13, which is gonna take some time because I'm only level 66, and you can't do anything until you're level 70. Which is the same reason why I'm not worried about AIM characters, and I'm not worried about city hero characters necessarily, because you can't touch that stuff until you're level 70, 71. And if you think a free-to-play player is going to hit 70 from where I am, right? If you think this is like, oh, it'll be like a couple of weeks, like, yeah, it's a couple of weeks times 3. Like, it's probably going to be about 2.5 months for a free-to-play player to reach the numbers, just because you don't have the access to experience, you know? Even just do the math, right? The simple math on this one. It's is it 87,000 minus 171, so what is that? About 18,000 XP, give or take? You need about 18,000 XP to pull this off. And you get about 900 to 1,100 a day, depending on how much energy you spend. And now just keep that number going and going and going, and you figure out, like, it takes a long time to get to level 70 without spending money. So, I would have liked more of the story, don't be a free-to-play player. No, that's not the moral of the story. The moral of the story is there is some expenditure that will make a meaningful change, but a lot of people have very loose definitions of what meaningful is. Like, for example, what percentage of the player base, myself included, consider $24.99 to unlock a new character a meaningful change? I would argue it's a pretty decent amount. I would argue quite a bit of people do that, like the Minerva video. Nope, missed it. I couldn't stream at all. I couldn't play the game at all on Thursday. I was on a flight. Missed it completely. I literally have not changed since the last time I showed off the account. Literally a 24-hour period passed by and I could not access the game. Hey, James. No, don't be sorry. It feels bad, but also that was a reach goal. Keep in mind that the goal was to hit a 6-star Star Lord, and let's be fair, it was ridiculous. Oh yeah, no, we unlocked Star Lord. The goal was to hit a 6-star Star Lord at 6 months. The goal was to unlock Star Lord in 3 months, 90 days, right? And I did. And then I almost got a 6-star in 124 days, I think? Let me check. We can actually find out exactly how long I've been playing this account. 125 days. Negasonic is an important character, so you don't have to worry about her. Miles, good character. Did they refund the tier 4 as basic? Of course they didn't. It's Fox Next. And this is a free-to-play account. Yeah, this is now the 3rd time in a row that they were like... What's up? My hat's somewhere. It's over there. I don't know. Thank you. This headset's kind of sitting on my head a little bit funny, though. It's like, where does it go? I don't know. This side is too high. This side is too low. What's up, Jared? Nice headset. Yeah. So I have to eat the crap on that one. Is X-Force a good team, you think? For what? I don't discuss stupidity on my stream. I am the stupidity on my stream, so I don't have a position. Well, I hit 80k today, and the number is very happy. Nice. Yeah, I'll let that slide. It'll happen every time. There's always somebody. They're edgy by bringing up some stupid topic, and it's fine. That's not to say you. I'm just saying in general. Someone always wants to bring up a topic, right? And like especially when it's popular. For my experience, the most important thing to tell anybody is like just don't give it any line of day. No, I didn't mean to say specifically him. Here's the truth, right? Whether you believe it or not, whether you think something was good or not, whether you think it was right or not, whatever your opinion is, that's your opinion on the topic. Talking about a specific person by name, which I won't do, or talking about it doesn't help. Doesn't help anything. Helps certain people feel better. Doesn't make up for any of the mistakes that have happened or any mistakes that were made, or coalesce. So we don't talk about it. We don't give credence to any person name. What's my thoughts on the Unity event? I think it's a dog shit event because they fucked up, but I'm really happy they're giving out extra stuff. Who'd you recommend I take out for Miles and Captain Marvel out of my Guardians? I wouldn't recommend using most of the Guardians. I would use probably Groot and Drake. We should be back now. Yeah, sorry guys. I mean, I'm going to try to keep this a little bit tighter because I can't rely on the network connection we have here. So I'm just going to keep it to the points and just hopefully that shouldn't happen too many times. But thank you. Thanks for hanging in there, guys. That's something I have to sort out. I just haven't had enough time to sort out anything. But we'll figure it out as time goes on. Okay, so now let's talk about what happens. You can't try to take over my cult. Let's talk about what happens now, right? Miss 6-star Star-Lord, no big deal. Free-to-play account getting a 6-star Star-Lord in 4 months is a little crazy. Because let's be even more silly. Had I done that, had I completed it, I would have completed Dark Dimension at about 4.5 months of play. Right? That's a crazy number. Right? Like completing Dark Dimension 1, no money played in 4 months. So I'm more in line with what many people would have done. As a result, in hindsight, trying to get that 6-star Star-Lord, which was still a great thing, but it did cost me. It cost me a little bit towards IW. IW is important, and I hope I get her. She's very important, but I don't need her. The fact that I was 10 shards away, yeah. Like the fact that I was 10 shards away with like a day and a half left and I just couldn't like guess it. I'll tell you, at no point in time in my free-to-play account have I ever considered 10 shards, yeah. Just Yondu. Just him. He's the only one. Everyone else was 6. But now the beautiful thing is I don't have to touch him. I will get those 10 shards accidentally in the next couple of months, right? No big deal. So that's cool. But now we get to work on the other stuff. That's the entire point. I said you only should be using Groot and Drax. Anyone else you throw in. How would you complete? I'm still getting my ass kicked with 6-star Star-Lord. What's your team? First of all, I know how to beat Dark Dimension 1. With the exception of Node 5, everything's kind of easy. On Mine 5, like 300 and something. I'll be able to rebuild my core bank in order to push them on double drops, but even then, double drops are only good for about 30 to 40 extra shards, if that much. The Guardians minus Rocket? Yeah, you kind of need Rocket. Like, Gamora doesn't do enough. DD2 lineup. CM, Hela, Star-Lord, Minerva, 1 spot left. I'm thinking Shuri or IW. I would say Shuri. Either are great. Actually, I'd say IW because of tech, because of BioGear. You don't want to bring another tech gear character in. Both of them are great. Shuri's just a little bit more usable outside. Someone asked me about the what's it called? The X-Force team earlier. See the blog post about summer events? Surprise, guys. Every 6 months they run an Orb Avalanche. I wonder who said that to you. Who did you use to unlock Star-Lord? Ravager, Bruiser, Yondu, Drax, Groot, and Mantis. Who would you replace IW for in Dark Dimension 3? Probably Juggernaut. Probably just an actual, like, protect tank. Based on who I have. And I just have to be more careful. IW is kind of like... She makes it dumb easy, but you don't need her. She's just really, really, really good. Unlike Minerva, where like if you do it without her, the game gets 1,000% harder. Well, technically, you can do it without Star-Lord too, right? It's just harder. That's the reason why Star-Lord, Minerva, and IW work so well together, because IW gives you the oopsie doopsie protection when you need it, like the barrier and everything, but the rest of the characters just keep themselves going. No, I'm really happy for everyone who did. I don't feel bad about it. Like, keep in mind, guys, I don't play this account nearly as much as some people who would be playing in this game as a free-to-play player. So there's definitely amount of investment that I could have made earlier to make it happen. And I literally play this account for like 20, 25 minutes a day. You know what I mean? So it makes sense. Am I going to farm Toad now? That's a great question. Let's see. What store is he going to be in? Blitz? Let's check out my Brotherhood. So first let's look at the X-Men, right? Because we know Wolverine counts for Magneto. Like, we know Wolverine counts. Psylocke is 3. So Psylocke is probably going to be another character that I work on. Storm is close to 3. All right, so just let's remember Storm. Let's see what the Brotherhood themselves look like. All right, Juggernaut is gonna be there, and Mystique. So Wolverine, Psylocke, Juggernaut, and Mystique are definitely the major characters. The real question is, can I get more Toad quicker than I can get Psylocke? And I think if I was serious about Magneto, I'd have to start right now. Like, if I was serious about getting Magneto, I would have to skip Shocker and Green Goblin. And I would have to start on Magneto, giving myself about a month of farming. You guys, what do you think? Do you think I should skip IW and try to just get Magneto? It's a long haul. What's up, Liv? Congrats, Mahoney. Oh, I didn't say I couldn't get her. For the exact same reason that, like, it was totally reasonable that I got a... People would say, like, all the time, like, there's no way you're gonna get a 6-star Star-Lord. And they're right. I didn't get a 6-star Star-Lord. But if they're happy that they were right, I didn't get a 6-star Star-Lord, and don't recognize that it was totally doable, and I just didn't. Oh, that's a great question. How am I... Oopsie. Fun. Oopsie. Sorry, guys. Let's do that. Need Shocker and Green Goblin? Yeah. Magneto seems easier. Yeah, the question is... I know I can get Magneto. You know, like, it's not a question. I know I can get Magneto in 25 days. Like, that's not an issue. I'm more concerned with whether it's worth it, whether Magneto matters as much as using that same energy to try to get these. Now, I don't think so. Benefits of Magneto versus IW, that doesn't exist. That's not a statement. IW, they do different things for different people. They are equally useful in different ways. That's not true. They're equally useful in different ways. They both have value in war on offense. They both have value in arena. They both have value on both sides. They both have value. They both have equal value. The only difference between the two is that what helps your progression to endgame more? None, really. Magneto would be okay in my shard. Yeah, I know plenty of people who use Magneto in Dark Dimension 2, but I think IW is a superior character. But if we're exclusively putting characters based on one-time events, then, like, it's hard to draw the line. I think you can get Magneto and Shuri on there now. Oh, I could definitely get... Dude, I can definitely get enough for Shuri. It's just IW. So whether I'm audibling off of IW just to unlock Magneto, that's kind of what I'm thinking about. Magneto will definitely help my roster more right now. Having access to the Brotherhood team would be 1,000,000% more meaningful than IW. So I might have to make that audible. Things change, you know? And again, I don't know if Magneto is the next event. I'm just assuming the worst, that he's 25 days away. So... What campaign do you want to finish more? I wouldn't use either of them in a campaign, so that question's useless. Neither of them would be necessary for a campaign. Given the shocker drops? Yeah, I don't think it's... I think it's possible, but I don't think 10 days is enough to get 140 shards, you know, of Shocker. That's ridiculous. It's 14 shards a day. Shocker drops 14 shards a year. Yeah, I think you're right. I think it's right. I think it's less educational. But the other thing I want to clarify is, just because I'm not doing it doesn't mean it wouldn't be the right choice. I just spent so much time trying to get a 6-star Star Lord, time that could have been spent once I hit a 5-star to get an IW, that it wouldn't have mattered. But as of right now, the official new plan we have, right, is clear Dark Dimension 1. Well, I'll get into Dark Dimension 1... I'm sorry. I'll get into Dark Dimension 1 whenever. I don't care. I'll bring in the characters I have and figure it out. Clear Dark Dimension 2 as fast as possible. Hopefully, we'll figure out a better solution. But I'm pretty sure I could patiently... I'm already actually close to bringing 2 characters to Gear Tier 13, which is hilarious. I have all of the required... Gamma for her. And Star-Lord, I think, is holding a little bit of Carbonadium back. Yeah, I don't think so. So what do you go for Magneto-wise? Because I'm the exact same boat as you, just the 5-star Star-Lord. You're in the exact same boat as me, as in, like, you need 100 character shards of Shocker and Green Goblin in order to get her. Like, remember, this is the most important idea. My entire strategy, and I don't want people to get confused. If you watch my previous videos, if you've been watching me all the time, my strategy is get into Dark Dimension, is get Ultron as fast as possible, while not spending all of your time and effort and energy building up a pretty mediocre team. I'm giving away the account after I unlock Ultron. I don't know to whom or how I'm giving away the account, but I'm giving somebody the account that will, at that point, have Shuri, IW, Ultron, Star-Lord, and probably Magneto at this point. They'll be ready. No, you don't have to take into that account. I'm showing you how someone who doesn't play this game that often was capable of. So if 30 days, I got a Star-Lord. And I got Star-Lord at 30 days playing for about my stream, right? And then maybe a grand total of 25 minutes a day. Am I doing the best work in the world? No. Am I logging in and doing great in war? No. But as a new player, you can't do great in war, so it doesn't matter. 150 to 200, somewhere in that range. 150 to 200. I'm just more concerned with someone looking at this, seeing me stop IW, and then being like, IW's not worth it. Like, no, she's absolutely worth it. Excuse me. Towards the goal of unlocking Ultron. Outside of that, you just end up with a really good arena character that's pretty good in war. But at least with Magneto, in the process of unlocking him, you're also building the team for him, so. That's a great question. The answer to that question is, how far away is your Toad for a 5-star Magneto? Is he closer or further away than the rest of the characters you can unlock? Because you don't need Toad to unlock Magneto. You don't even need Toad to use Magneto. Would I throw Mags in your Dark Dimension 2 team with Juggernaut? No, I would put Mags in Dark Dimension 2, or I would put Juggernaut in Dark Dimension 2. When you use them together, you nerf Juggernaut's tank ability. Juggernaut is not a good tank when Magneto is present. I'm going to repeat that. Juggernaut is not a good tank when Magneto is present. I'm on vacation. So, heard Toad is coming to the Blitz store? Yes, I did. I wouldn't target farm him, necessarily. I would target farm him over Pyro, if that makes sense. But, like, unlocking Magneto early, like, here. So let's look at who I have to farm to unlock Magneto. We are shifting off of IW. IW is the next legendary. She's about 10 days away from where we are right now. That's a weird question, Pineapple. No one can answer that. Because of the speed up? How does that speed up? Like his ability to speed up? Eh. Do you feel Blob is a good tank in Brotherhood 2.0? No. I feel like Blob's a good, like, character, but I don't feel like he's a good tank. Yeah, if you have a Pyro high, that's the point. Oh, that's when I pivoted. I'm nearly 5-star Black Bolt, then I'm going to switch to Phoenix. Oh, cool, got you. I didn't see a 2-part statement. Alright, let's see. Brotherhood characters. Juggernaut is being farmed every day. Mystique is being farmed every day now as the villains farm. Not farming Pyro or Sabretooth. So here's the thing. If I, as a free-to-play player, started working on Toad, I have a 2-star Toad. So it's possible that I get enough Toad shards to bring him to 5 in time, right? If you don't have Toad unlocked, you're out of your goddamn mind if you're farming him to unlock Magneto. Like, you have to start from 0. You need all 310 shards. Do the math on it. I really like ISO 8s. I'm a huge fan of them. I like what they've done with it. I like how they changed it from the last time I saw them. I'm only fear about ISO 8s is my fear with everything in this game. How they decide to monetize it. I don't care if they make a pack of like 10 ISO 8s for $100. Doesn't matter to me. Whatever. Buy it or don't. If you can afford it, that's great. If you can't, whatever. Doesn't matter. What matters to me is if they make a pack that's any amount of money that presents ISO 8s that you can't get otherwise. So if they're like, hey, look, it's the purple ISO 8s that you can't farm, but if you buy them, you can get them. And they're only available once every, like, 6 months under a harvest moon. That would piss me off, because what you're saying then is ISO 8s are farmable for everybody, but the ones that matter to be competitive as a free-to-play player, you can get your dick kicked in, and that's something I don't stand. But I don't know that, so I'm being patient. I know for a fact they're going to do another Symbiote Spider-Man milestone. I would bet you $1,000 they are. And I would bet you $1,000 it's going to be sooner than later. No chance for Black Bolt in August? I can't farm Hela. If you can't farm Hela as a free-to-play player, you're stupid for working on Asgardians. Not unlocking them, but for, like, trying to get them up. Because I know the thought process a lot of people has is, well, then I only need Hela. Correct. You're right. Then you only need Hela. And all of the time you spent getting the other characters to 5 stars could have spent on characters that give you something else. If you can't farm any character on the team, there's no value in farming any character from the team. If you can't farm every character in a team, there's no value to farming any character in a team. Unless that character has independent value. For example, Hela, ironically, is the best character on that team. Hard to farm. Loki, also absolutely phenomenal on the team. Harder to farm. Thor, meh. Sif, Heimdall, dog shit. So, like, If you're sitting there with 5-star Thor, Sif, and Heimdall, and a 2-star Hela, I got a story for you. It's a story of how much money you're gonna spend to unlock Black Bolt when he comes around. Yeah, but you could start farming Thor relatively quickly, and you have a chance of getting a lot of Thor shards from orbs. Loki, you can't even get to for the first, like, 30 to 60 days of the game. 10 Yondu shards. I didn't play at all on the last day. I was on a flight. Yeah. So we are gonna hard audible. We're gonna hard audible to unlocking Magneto in 25 days or so. So let's see how we're gonna do that, right? I'm in Arizona. Wolverine, let's just do this and he'll be done. Loki or Thanos in Dark Dimension 2? I don't think so. Loki, if you're taking Hela in, Loki has a little bit of value, but Thanos, not so much. Thanos doesn't need to gear tier 13. Alright. Thanks. Do you know when X-23 is actually coming? I have to imagine it's Monday. Because they made the announcement this week. They like to release characters on Mondays or Tuesdays. I take Thor over Loki, I think. Yeah, but that option wasn't there. It was Loki or Thanos. And Thor is only good if... Like, Loki has value with Hela. Because Loki's always a good character. Were the characters in the Cosmic Campaign? I don't know what that question means. Like, who can you farm in the Cosmic Campaign? That information's available on msf.gg, not in my brain. Yeah, I just mentioned... Because they have the same unique? Yeah. Happy to help, Courier. Having fun? As long as you're having fun as a free-to-play. I'm doing this most importantly to make a shit ton of money. No, I'm doing this most importantly to show people that there's a lot of fun you can have with the free-to-play experience while also being moderately competitive. Because there's an idea that, like, if you want to succeed as free-to-play, you absolutely positively have to, you know, build one team for the arena to have the best arena team so you can get those cores so you can use them on campaigns. Yes, that's one way of doing it, but how much fun is that? Because you're not going to be beating people that are spending money so that you have a hard stop based on who's spending, or you have to rely on luck. Like, it makes it less fun. You know what I find fun on my free-to-play account? The fact that every week that passes, I can do an extra war attack. And not, like, beat up shield minions. Like, I can do... Right now, I can do 5 war attacks. And I mean, like, matchups. That's absurd. Before, I was doing, like, shield fights with garbage and then 2 fights. Now I can do 5 legitimate fights. Progression is fun because you feel your growth. And the fastest way to stop feeling your growth is to target one thing. Because when you gear tier 13, your starting team, whatever, your entire starting team, that was a lot of work for a very little growth. Where if you had spent any amount of effort bringing up other teams, or time or gold or whatever your resource is, you'd start getting more points in Blitz, which can help you. You'd start getting, what are my war teams? The Guardians, the Symbiotes, the Brawlers, Shield, and the Defenders. You can wiggle your way. You can be among some of the higher casual spenders with a good free-to-play account, but you're choosing time. And I argue, but if I recommended farming Hela in his Phase 2 for Beginner Farming Guide, Valley Flying recommended farming Hela. They do different things. Yo-Yo is a better protector than IW, but they do different things. I'm just making sure. Is that correct? Can someone confirm that Valley Flying told new players who are just starting this game, that they should farm Hela, a character who is actively unfarmable until you're level 71? Ignore everything else. You can't farm that character until you're level 71. Okay. I didn't think I had to be the one to say this. New players, you can't farm Hela, so don't farm Hela. He didn't slip. Valley spends more time and effort on his videos than anyone else. He actually believes that. Yeah, it's the same conversation. Farm aim. Great, have fun. Listen, you know what? I can't. There's no room in my heart for negativity on this matter. Play however you want, but if you want to be really good at the game, come here. If you want to do what you want to do, or what someone who's okay at the game told you to do, go do that. You want to be good at the game, you come here and ask me for advice. And if I don't have it, I know who does. Grats, Summary Nation. It's just easy for endgame turbo whales to lose track of actual early game. His phase 1 was Mystique, his phase 2 was Hela. Okay, so his phase 2, which again, of course, does not start until you're level 70. You can get a 5-star Mystique far before. You gotta spend cores and energy to get 70 decent. Yeah. We're not looking to make everybody good at this game. Because if everyone's good at this game, you guys won't have anyone to beat up on. What's the downside of farming aim at the start? What are the downsides? All of them. Every downside. I don't have enough time or crayons to explain it to people who think AIM is a good team, but every single downside. There's actually, what's the upside of farming AIM at the beginning of the team? I'll go ahead. Someone give me the upside. What's the upside of farming the AIM characters? What do you get out of it? Okay, what do you get to it? Getting to farm Hela at level 70. Aimed as well in Arena? Okay, so the upside is Arena. We're offense-defense team. Okay. So all of the things you guys said is still true of Defenders, still true of Guardians, still true of S.H.I.E.L.D., still true of Asgardians, still true of literally every team. There is no upside because there's no benefit that AIM provides greater than any other team in the game. Therefore, it is a dumb person decision. If you're willing to spend money, do whatever the fuck you want. AIM's a phenomenal team. Can't take that away from them. They're not a starter team. And they're the same trap as the Defenders. You could start with the Defenders. It's whether you know when to stop with the Defenders. When do you stop with the Defenders? The answer to stopping with the Defenders is once they're unlocked. Put gear in them, do whatever you want, but you're done farming them when they're unlocked. You don't need to wait for Starward with AIM. I didn't need to wait for Starward either way. Why are you implying that waiting for Starward is a bad thing? You do know that the linear passage of time allows players to grow their roster, right? I think AIM is just for people who think they're going to fast forward to an endgame that they're never going to reach because they'll quit the game or not be able to be in a good alliance. Yeah, there's no reason to have this conversation. AIM for starters is a dumb person move. Conversation's over. We're done. Unless you're willing to spend money. If you're willing to spend a decent amount of money, then it doesn't matter what you start with. Buy the Asgardian. Actually, they're worse than the Asgardians, so buy the Asgardians. Like, I'm trying not to be negative, but I'm also trying not to let stupid people think they're smart. And I love AIM. That's the worst part about all this. My AIM team is like one of my favorite teams to play. Alright, so let's farm Psylocke. Mystique and Psylocke. That's what I'm thinking now. So I could either farm Storm. I can either farm Storm or Toad. Here, let's look at mutants. Uh... Yeah, I still don't think it's Toad. Oh, Juggernaut is the last character, by the way. You can't farm Sabretooth. You can't reliably farm a raid character. Why not fast? Isn't he super fast to farm? To fucking... Guys, I'm gonna let you guys talk about it. I'm not gonna explain some simple math. I can't explain simple math anymore. It hurts my heart. Thank you, Lucas, for remembering that specifically. Yeah. I hurt a lot of people's feelings when I say they were wrong for starting AIM. Oh well. They're gonna double down and build a strong AIM team, which means you're gonna beat the piss out of them later. No, no hat. It's too hot in Arizona for a hat. Thank you, Lucas. Did you go to my stream, pull that aimbot out, and then copy and paste it? That'd be funny. AIM is not needed for Hella. Yeah, that statement is incorrect, fucking wrecked. Like, and I proved it many times. Do not need AIM to get to Hella. First of all, AIM is needed. Can you show your Brawler squad? It's just CM and Miles. Yeah. Well, that's the difference between a strategy and a prayer. You know the difference between a dream and reality? Dreams only happen when you're not awake. So you can dream to start with AIM, and it'll be great. One day you'll wake up, though, and have to be in the real world where AIM is not a starting team because you can't farm the characters that you need until significantly later in the game. Alec, go ahead. And congratulations, man. How do you feel about Thing on the Brawler team? I think he's a phenomenal brawler in the early game, especially because it's so hard to get the rest of them reliably. I think it's great. Thing is awesome. I think the most important thing you can do in the brawlers... Oh, wait, I'm off the screen. It's so weird. My camera's, like, right here now, and it's not, like... I'm so used to just sitting like this and being, like, up there. I'm like, oh, it's crazy. This setup is crazy. It's awesome. I love it. This mic is way better than my mic, clearly. Do you remember Merc with the Mount event is coming back? Do you remember what the rewards were like? I don't remember them being particularly good. I got my Guardians to 150k. I'm not supposed to be one-shotting the nodes, right? The pure Guardians in Dark Dimension 1? One-shotting is hard in Dark Dimension 1. Especially which Guardians you're using. If you're using like Star-Lord, Rocket, Mantis, Groot, and Drax at the core team, you should be able to one-shot the characters. It just takes a little bit of work. You don't have to worry about one-shotting the nodes, though, with that team, because you're making very meaningful progress. It does take a lot of investment in whatever team in order to clear Dark Dimension 1. Whatever team it is, it's going to have to be somewhere between 150 and 200k. Oh, Pineapple, you're unaware. For anyone who doesn't know, as my stream, we got the Raid Shadowlands sponsorship, and we fucking hit it out of the park. You guys are great. So I got a shit ton of money, so I'm upgrading my entire stream setup. So you guys have been awesome. Actually, in early games when Kree minions, they can get a lot done, both cosmic. How? It's impossible. It's literally impossible. You can only farm 2 Kree characters. 2 Kree minions in the early game. Cosmic Lane themselves is where you get 2 Kree characters. What are you doing in Arizona? Vacation. Yeah. Cameron. I think Cameron's right. Yep. When the raid store? Wait, were you target farming Oracle? Or wait, did you include Ronin in the fight? Because then I'm totally in. Because Ronin's dope. What are my thoughts on Mr. Sinister, an early character? Mr. Sinister isn't an early character. Next question. What's up, Jeff? No need to take Drax higher than Gear Tier 9, right? Not really. 10 maybe, just to even out his numbers, but that's it. Requirements for the Deadpool event? I think it was like mutants, but I don't remember. Sinister isn't a mid-game character. Sinister is not an endgame character. Sinister is a skeleton key character. Like, there's no power Sinister is going to get you that immediately changes your experience in the game. Can confirm by watching me beat up some random Sinister character. Now, again, I haven't played this game in like 2 days, so like I keep falling. But I could probably see, oh look, it's all the Asgardians. Dark Dimension for you? Think of like a raid node that's 1,000 times harder. That's Dark Dimension 1. When are you going to start on Dark Dimension 1? I'm not. I'm just going straight to Dark Dimension 2. I have 2 of the characters ready to go to 13 when I hit 70. What do I need for it? Characters at 6 star. However, you can't just bring characters you have at 6 star into Dark Dimension 1. Well, you could, it just won't be matter. You have to bring in, like, good characters and teams into Dark Dimension 1. So that's why I would recommend if you have the Defenders, you can use them. You can use AIM, I guess, is an option for Dark Dimension 1. The Guardians with Star-Lord is an option for Dark Dimension 1. Shield is an option for Dark Dimension 1. See if this blinds anybody. Nope. No. No, don't be sorry. Like, it was ridiculous to try. I was 10 shards of Yondu away. It was ridiculous to try. It was totally ridiculous to even bother. I shouldn't have done that, but I did. And it was close. And I came way closer playing an account for 20 minutes to an hour a day than most people who try their hardest and spend money. So, I know, more importantly, I think he's going to be retired before his next patch, Chad. I think this is it. Oh my god, I'm going to lose a fight because I'm not paying. Whatever, I don't care. Have my Defenders at 6 stars and Guardians at 5. Use the Defenders. They'll be fine. You have to invest a little bit more in them than other teams because they don't hold the water that some good teams do. But, like, Defenders are totally fine for beating Dark Dimension 1. I'm just not going into Dark Dimension 1. I'm just going to wait to Dark Dimension 2. People all the time, someone will come in and be like, you can't do that. And I'm like, no, you can. Trust me. Trust me, guy who doesn't know how to play the game. I know what I'm talking about. What's the best time to farm Phoenix? I would say when all of your characters are at 4 star, I would start hard farming them. I would say the day you look at the characters you need, I would start it. I would also say that the absolute best time to start target farming Phoenix if you are not spending a shit ton of money. A shit ton of money. Why would you not chip away at Dark Dimension 1? Patience. Also, I don't want to have to... Because I don't have a team. And I don't... Like, I'm not going to use Yondu and Ravager Bruiser in Dark Dimension 1. My time has value. If people are gonna go in with Wolverine and Hulk and be not Hulk, Hulk's a bad example. Like Wolverine and like somebody else, like go for it. Go have the shittiest fucking experience of your life in Dark Dimension 1. Like I'll just wait. The rewards are great and they'll always be there. And yes, I wish I could have done it. That's why I wanted Star-Lord so badly at 6 star. But I didn't get him. So I'll do Dark Dimension 1 when Star-Lord comes back. Yeah, why not go to Dark... The rewards are great in Dark Dimension 1. I wouldn't farm Phoenix until... Yeah, I think Hela Unlock is probably a very fair assessment of that, Corgi. I think the Hela Unlock is really important because she's a character that's going to unlock some... She unlocks 2 legendaries, right? Like, that's amazing. Yeah. Oh, you thought I was just saying I'm not farming Dark Dimension 1 because I'm an idiot and have a team that could and doesn't have a way to do it? No, that's not me. 3, technically, if you include Maw. She doesn't unlock Maw. That's like saying Phoenix unlocks Magneto. It's fine. Phoenix doesn't unlock Magneto, even though you can use her to unlock Magneto. You don't, like, you can't tell somebody you need to have Phoenix to get Magneto. You know, like. But how's your S6 roster going? I'm skipping them. We're moving straight to what's it called? Brotherhood. The only question we have right now, you need Hela for Black Bolt, though. Correct. I'm just asking the question. If you have a 7-star Hela, how does that help you in Maw? It doesn't. But she doesn't farm the character. Yes, I hear you saying because you need Black Bolt for Maw. But that's a separate thing completely. I'm not, I don't have enough time. There's only about 10 days left before the IW event, and I won't have enough time to unlock her. Instead, I'm going to take 25 days and start working towards Magneto, and just have another war team. That's my game plan. Yeah. No, it's fine. It's totally fine and reasonable. I won't say a character... If you say she's necessary to unlock Maw, I'd agree. But if you say she unlocks Maw, I'm like, that statement is inherently untrue. And it leads to more confusion than anything else. Because if someone hears you say Hela unlocks Maw, and the Maw event comes around and they have a 5-star Hela, and they're like, but why can't I do this? You know, they'll just, like, I know it's, you can't forget everybody, but I just don't, I like to say things that are accurate. Sometimes what I say isn't true, but they're always accurate. And those words mean different things. She indirectly helps unlock Maw. If you have a 7-star Hela and a 2-star Sif, you're not getting Black Bolt. So she didn't help you at all. She's 1/5 of a Black Bolt. Yeah, I agree. She helps with a 3rd. I'm just not letting people... How's the Raid Shadow Legends going, well? Not getting Maw without Hela? That's fair. That's a fair thing. Yeah, Hela's definitely one of the best characters in the game. Like, regardless, have a strong Hela. Like, you can't be wrong. Yeah, same, Ralph. I'm just not even bothering. So I'm just gonna wait. Wouldn't it be nice if you can find out what was required in-game and didn't have to go to external sources to find out how to do stuff? Whatever. Should I pass up if I only need our 50 Mysterio shards? You have 10 days to get 50 Mysterio shards, man. You have 10 days to get 50 Mysterio shards. So here's the beautiful thing, Brandon. If you have only need for Mysterio, it costs you nothing to farm other characters, right? It costs you nothing to farm other characters. Because either you get Mysterio or you don't. You either buy a pack when he comes out or you don't. You either can farm him or you can't. So when it's a store character that's holding you back, take your time. Who should I farm for Star-Lord? Because I just started like 37 days ago. So you have a 90-day farm line. Drax, Groot, definitely. Yondu, because he's early and cheap. So Yondu's a really good farm. Then it comes down to how well you've been doing in Blitz. I recognized that a mistake was opening Blitz orbs early instead of target farming. So the second I swapped to target farming Mantis, don't forget you get 5 shards before the day. Yeah, so you have like 9 days you have to see him, or 9 times you have to see him. It's totally reasonable. Wouldn't it be nice if the next legendary is his own team unlock? Yeah, no, it's not gonna be. It's gonna be X-Force, right? X-Force will be the next character team. And then, oh my god, so many people are gonna complain. So many people are gonna be like, why is it that X-Force unlocks so-and-so, whatever it is, right? And we're gonna be like, because you didn't buy him, that's why. Oh yeah, absolutely. Why do you think I keep buying the X-Force characters? Just in case. Hey, Mike. Yeah. If you, like, if a character in the store is the only thing holding you back, then you're done. Right? Like, just work on that character. Unlock? Unlock's I mean, yeah, unlock. Like, I don't know. Some people care about unlocks. I've never have, never will. I never have, and I never will. Unlocking a character should be given for free, is my opinion. This is a hero collector game. 140k Guardians can't finish Dark Dimension? I mean, I don't think 140k team can finish any endgame content. You have to remember, Dark Dimension 1 came out with a level 65 cap. So if your Guardians aren't all level 65 and probably gear tier 10 or 11 at least, and you're expecting to do content that high, like, it's not there. Your teams have to be balanced to your level content. Would you recommend farming Ronin for Phoenix? No. I wouldn't recommend that. I wouldn't recommend farming anyone for Phoenix. I would recommend the day you can farm Hela, you look at which characters you have at, like, whatever star rate, and whichever's are the easiest for you to work on, you do that. That's it. Sorry, I'm sorry to be the guy to tell you the real news, but, like, you can't, like, if you rush Phoenix, you're not going to have a better experience. It's not going to happen. Is it worth it to push the 7-star and Sif? I mean, like, for the unlock, for the 7-star Star Wars, yeah. Can Sinister 6 help you unlock Ella? Yeah, they help me. I used the Sinister 6. I did it multiple times. I used Sinister 6 with, like, AIM Researcher. I used Sinister 6 with Hydra Scientist. Like, listen, man. This is it. I'm just gonna, you can clip this, you can send this to your friends if you want. If someone tells you that the only way to unlock Hela is with a good AIM team, they're wrong, they're stupid, and you should stop taking advice from them. That's it. Just don't listen to idiots. Are they a good option? Yeah, absolutely. Do you want to see my AIM team? By the way, I'm telling you guys two things right now. One, 100% I will use the AIM team. I will use the AIM team to the best of their ability to get to the Hela node. I will use. When did I get Domino in this account? I don't know. Like 4 days in when I was progressing through the event. Oh, yes. I saw. Are you the guy to put that picture on my Discord, Lucas? Because I was just like, God damn, that's a whole bunch of wasted value. AIM only gets you to 7-4. Yeah, so I fully intend, I know, but everyone wants to say AIM gets you Hela. That's their words, not mine. So here's the line. I'm going to use AIM to beat the first 3 nodes when I'm level 71. I'm going to. I'm telling you that right now. Here's my AIM team. I'm going to repeat myself. I'm going to use the AIM team to farm or to progress to the Hela node in villains, comma, this is my AIM team. If you don't understand what I mean, it means that they will do it regardless of how hard or early you farm on them. AIM is the best option to get past 7-3? I would argue that it's not. I would argue that a hybrid team of all of the comps is the best option. But if you want to say that the AIM team is a good option, that will also... Why? Use your Sinister 6? I'm going to use my Sinister 6. Hey, Alta. Starting with Dark Dimension 1 with Star-Lord, Yondu, Groot, Drax, and Mantis, and Gamora. Will you use Star-Lord to fill Yondu energy? You want to... No. Actually, on Dark Dimension, because you don't have a power damage dealer, and Yondu's a summoner, you want to put Star-Lord next to Mantis, and then you want Groot, and then Yondu, and then Drax. I don't feel like going into a specific detailed list of which 5 of the 14 available characters are best comp. Because I'm not going to tell people because I don't want them to work on that character. I want them to know that it's totally reasonable that you can beat that. You could beat those first 3 stupid nodes that don't matter with any of them. Hydra, AIM, Sinister 6. Sinister 6 just happens to give you 2 legendaries during the process. AIM just happens to... No. Yeah. The whole point is, you can still use AIM to beat those nodes without starting or giving a flying fuck about them. You know what 140k is? Because people's brains like to see smaller numbers in that. 140k is 20... What is that? 25k? 28k? 28k each? You don't need to have a 7-star fucking AIM character to get him 28k. So guess what? One day I'll unlock this Scientist Supreme and this AIM Assaulter. One day. It's going to be a great day. And they'll still stay here. But now again, keep listening to bad advice, guys. I need my fans to have people to beat up on. I need my fans to have people to beat up on after 70 days when the AIM teams start falling out of favor. When the AIM teams lose out. Yep. So the takeaways from this event is hubris. I should never have pushed for a 6-star Star-Lord. I should have taken... AIM is a great team, yeah, it's true. I should have stopped when Star-Lord hit 5. I shouldn't have pushed. I would have had him had I played yesterday. I ended up 10 shards short with very much decent amount of credits to get more if I needed to. I just couldn't play on Thursday at all. So I missed the entire last day of the event. So it's okay. What I should have done was taken the benefit, instead of trying to push for a 6-star Star-Lord for the greediest thing, just finish up the Sinister 6, and I'd be at the exact same point I am right now, if you keep track of how I got the character shards and everything. Congrats, Josh. I'd be able to... Sorry. War. I'd be able to push there, but I'd be at roughly the same point I am right now, which is working hard towards Magneto. So I think I skipped IW looking for a 6-star Star-Lord, and I failed. That's my failure. Turns out, didn't actually cost me much. I'm still able to do all of the stuff that I would have done with a 5-star Star-Lord. I'm just missing a little bit of value when it comes to starting Dark Dimension 1. Unfortunate, but so be it. That said, I'm pretty sure I can get Magneto now. So we need 4 total characters. Psylocke is one of them. I'm choosing Psylocke. I'm choosing Mystique, and I'm choosing Juggernaut. What's up?
Oh, thank you, sir.
I'm so excited. Thank you, sir.
You bet.
I'm super excited. Chopsticks. Food. Is Star-Lord in your arena team now? Can you push to a higher tier now? I was always pushing higher tiers. I just only do 2 arena fights a day. That was Kravis. Kravis!
Yeah, man.
Come say hi.
Wait, where are you at?
There's the camera.
Greetings and salutations. It's Gravis. He all-rated me before. Once or twice. You know, that guy.
That's Kravis. Team Hackers.
He cooks dinner, too. It's crazy.
He cooked. He wanted to cook, I guess it was pork back. Or
that's tomorrow.
Gotcha. With rice. I was like, dope. Super excited. Thanks for your content. You're welcome, man. Trying to do exactly. I would do my best to get IW right now. I would make my order of unlocks. The best case scenario in my head is Star-Lord, IW, and Shuri. They count as one, right? Star-Lord, IW, and Shuri. Then I would say Magneto, Black Bolt, Phoenix. And I think that there's more to that than just an idea of how good characters are. I think that if you look at what happens and how you unlock those characters, you are telling the story of your progression. This isn't my new setup. I'm somewhere else. I'm on vacation. You're telling the story of an account progression where you get your first legendary that's going to help you in as many game modes as it can, which is Star-Lord. Then you build another team, which gives you 2 legendaries that are great in mid and end game content. Then you unlock your first war team in Magneto, and then you unlock Black Bolt. And after you unlock Black Bolt, then you could start worrying about characters like Nick Fury. Actually, if I missed the legendary, I didn't miss them. They didn't matter. You could after you unlock Black Bolt, then you can start worrying about Phoenix. Then you could start worrying about Nick Fury. Then you could start worrying about Maw, because you have to get to Black Bolt. But I think that's if we needed it. Who am I using with my symbiotes? I'm just using the 3 symbiotes. The 3 symbiotes win the fight. So the question people are asking is, should I farm Toad? And the answer to that question is, it depends. I'm sorry, guys. I can't just give you a yes or no answer. So, is your Toad closer than any of the other options? You know? If I have a 4-star Sabretooth, I'm not farming him over Toad. You know what I mean? Or I'm farming him over Toad. If I have a 2-star Sabretooth, Toad is easier to get. Jad, you have a 3-star Sinister 6. You have to keep farming them, but now, you know, I really don't have an answer to that question, man. You can't get IW in 10 days. That's what I'm going to tell you. You will not get a 10-day IW without spending a shit ton of money. So you get to make your decision. Do you want to keep farming those characters for Shuri, or do you want to audible? Can you get another legendary in 25 days? I'll tell you again, my unlock order. What I would recommend to all players, and if I could break the game down into tiers based on legendary events and what you should farm during each tier, it would be Star-Lord is the first priority. IW/Shuri are the second through the Sinister 6. The third is Magneto. The fourth is Black Bolt. Then the 5th, 6th, and 7th are, in no particular order, Nick Fury, Ebony Maw, and Phoenix. One of the reasons why is, if you start farming Black, the longer you play the game, the more casual shards you will get. Would I say Mags is more valuable than Shuri? I'd say that the same team that unlocks both of them... No, Shuri does the Red Star event. I would also say that since one team unlocks 2 legendaries, it's inherently worth more than one team that works one. Yeah, that's my... And hopefully that information comes through. Please, what you do to get Star-Lord means that by the time you get Star-Lord, you can start progressing towards... Or, you know, when you're close enough, you stop working on one character, move on to the next one. So, when you have a Drax done, right? You don't just sit there with your finger up your ass. You start farming Vulture. So you work accordingly. Think of it like a pillar system. Like, these are who you farm until you get Star-Lord. And you complete when you get Star-Lord. If you finish anything, you move over to the next pillar, which is IW Shuri. Okay, so now it's Vulture. And then the Blitz store is you know, Rhino. And then the farm nodes are Shocker and Carnage. And then the raid store. And, like, it'll just keep moving as you progress until you realize, holy fucking shit, I don't know how this happened, but I have a 5-star Hulk. I've unlocked more characters in the game than I thought I could. I'm close to so many characters that I've never farmed a day in my life. I have star ups on characters that I've never target farmed a day in my life. Do you know what I mean? Like, your roster will grow as time plays, but because of that, you're giving yourself the opportunity to grow now, build your teams meaningfully, progress as a player, do more war fights, do more raid fights, matter in arena, play all of that shit up, and then as you get to the point when you're like, man, I've progressed a lot, but I can't do much more. You know what? I'm actually closer to Phoenix than I thought I was. Let's start farming there. It's not my setup. I'm on vacation. Here, watch what happens when I turn this light off. Actually, I'll turn this light off. This isn't even my mic. Thanks, Sandwich. Yeah, it's too hot in Arizona for me to wear a hat. I just got under my 6-month Ultron. You just got under 6-month Ultron? Are you serious? No, well, Yanni, I'm asking. Did I help you? Because that would make me the happiest person. What's a good free-to-play Mystic team until Loki's farmable? Hand Sentry. Whatever the supernatural characters you can access, so whatever that is, Hand Sentry and Black Panther is a good Mystic team. Hey, Goofs. Did you get a 6-star Guardians? Guardians, yes. Star-Lord? Nope. I didn't play at all yesterday. The last day of the event, I couldn't play. I was on a flight all day. So I'm 7 months into the game with 219k Asgardians. I keep thinking it's the best to mix the Asgardian team and take out Sif and Heimdall. Yeah, go ahead. Heimdall and Sif are dog shit. Star-Lord and Groot probably makes that team 1,000 times better, bruh. You get death proofs, you get energy juice, you get a guaranteed call and assist. People are going to say, but Greg might get the energy. Yeah, but he might not. Happy. Thanks, Yanni. I appreciate hearing that, man. I always love hearing that. Please, if I help you, please let me know. You can tell me privately. You don't have to dox. You don't have to dox yourself on my stream. You can tell me in private. But how many gold orbs have you opened the past Star-Lord? Have you opened post Star-Lord unlock? None. None. CM and Star-Lord together is fun. That's fair. CM and Loki are more fun though. And Greg getting energy isn't always bad. Yeah, it just means he ults immediately. Swapping IW for Yo-Yo in Dark Dimension 2, you think it would work? Yes. I think Yo-Yo is a fine... if I don't get IW, which I'm not going to get this pass, I already know that, but I happen to pull IW out of a premium orb or something, like, I'm just going to bring her to 13 and giggle all my way. She ain't fun to fight, bruh. Yeah. If I help you, that's why I do this. I want you guys to be better than the average player. The problem is the more people that watch me, which is bad for a business, right? My business is how many people watch me. The more people that watch me and become better, they become closer to the average player. I need you guys to be better than the average player, so I need to keep this particular group down. And any new players who come in, don't worry, guys. Don't worry about new players coming in, because you're not going to be fighting them. You've already done it. So if new players start, you're going to be great too. Do you skip Skyward and got 130-day Ultron? Cool. Grats. Do you think soon we will have 2 team brawlers of those to spare new ones? 3 weeks in the game, what should I spend my raid credits on? Direct farm a legendary unlock character. I wouldn't direct farm Rocket, if that makes sense. The way I treat Blitz credits is I buy character shards for characters that I'm close to unlocking or leveling up, or starring up, but I don't do it any other way. I specifically... Did I say Carnage? Yeah, Carnage is fine. Only because you're also going to bring SSM and Carnage into Dark Dimension 3, so that's probably fair. I do my best to provide the best information in the two. I'm not providing you anecdotal evidence. That's the most important thing. Most people did Dark Dimension 2 before Dark Dimension 1. Now. Most people I know started Guardians, unlocked it, got Star-Lord and Minerva in, and cleared Dark Dimension 2 before they got to Dark Dimension 1. Yeah. You think Nick Fury will be a 3-star unlock? Yeah, I imagine he would get decreased. What time is it? How much time do I have left? Cool. My team was Minerva, Hela, Loki, Shield Security, and Scientist Supreme. That seems good. That totally seems like a fine team. 2 of those characters are... Well, one of those characters is unfarmable. Loki's hard to farm early, but that's... That seems fair. That totally seems reasonable. I think you could do that. Actually, yeah, Minerva and Hela are unfarmable characters. So, like, you know. But that's a real... But Hela's so good that makes sense. Do I play League? I play everything, dude. All right, Tony, good to see you helping people progress. Have a good night. Take it easy, Jeff. Thanks for hanging out. Nice haircut. I never had hair. Cool. So we've audibled Star-Lord was a reach that I didn't hit because life got in the way. Please always remember, guys, especially if you're free to play, it's really important that you remember that your time is worth so much, not just in the time you play, but in the time you have to play. Like, if I had missed a day any time before the Star-Lord event, or if I had missed a day after, it wouldn't have come up. But because it just lined up that way, it hurt. Now, there's hair. So, I chose to spend time with people I care about. And as a result of that, I missed out on a 6-star Star-Lord. But I don't feel like I missed anything. I just feel like I didn't get this super awesome bonus that I would have had, you know? I should have, and I mean this, like, humility will set in. I shouldn't have done this in the first place. I shouldn't have even begun to try. It wasn't worth it. What would have been worth it was for me to finish off the Sinister Six. So as a result, not only did I not get 6-star Star-Lord, I also missed IW. Learn from my mistakes. Don't let your stomach be bigger, you know? Don't let your eyes be bigger than your stomach. You have, I don't know, do the math. Can you get the shards you need in 10 days? Give or take? If the answer to your question is no or I don't know, then the answer to your question is no. I could start Dark Dimension 2, but I don't want to. Like, DD1 gives superior talismans and marks of might and stuff I do not want to waste. Finishing Dark Dimension 1 first before Gear Tier 13s. I think starting Dark Dimension 2 before Dark Dimension 1 is probably infinitely better if you have the opportunity to do so, because, and I cannot stress this enough, you get to do it with fucking Ultron, and then all of the gear that you get that's completed will help you build out additional characters. IW is 10 days from now. How do you like the weather here? It's hot, but I like it. Minerva, Star-Lord, CM, Groot, and Loki for Dark Dimension 1. I don't like Loki, but I like CM and Groot. CM is fine. I didn't say you were supposed to do Dark Dimension 1 first. I didn't say you were supposed to do Dark Dimension 1 first. I said if the option to present yourself of doing Dark Dimension 2 or Dark Dimension 1 first comes up, doing Dark Dimension 2 is better. The difference is Dark Dimension 1 gives you the materials you need or can use to get into Dark Dimension 2 cheaper. Yeah. Dark Dimension 2 prior to Dark Dimension 1 is a great play. It's just not a common occurrence. It's the same conversation as telling people start with Symbiote Spider-Man. If I told you right now, as a new player, go start with Symbiote Spider-Man, how would you do that? Would you buy his offer that isn't there, or would you farm his shards that aren't there? You know, like, you can't give it. So I'm not going to go around and telling people Dark Dimension 2, like, beat Dark Dimension 2 and then do Dark Dimension 1. My goal was still to do Dark Dimension 1 first. Now that I can't, I'm just not going to. I'm going to do Dark Dimension 2 first. I'm going to get my Ultron. I'm going to go back to Dark Dimension 1 and call it a day. How do you get gold gear mats without Dark Dimension 1? Yeah, that's a really great question. How am I getting all these materials? How am I getting all of these materials? Hey, Robin. Who would you take to finish this team? IW, Star-Lord, Minerva, Symbiote, Spider-Man, and Carnage or Hela? Either. Hela. I would take Hela over Carnage because Hela's a better overall character than Carnage is. But you're going to end up probably bringing Carnage up anyway eventually. So, like, whatever one's cheaper. Do you remember how far you were away from SSM first pass? 25 shards, 26 shards. It's a lot of Biogear. That's why I'm saying it. It's a lot of Biogear, where Hela's at least a Mystic. You unlock gold when you upgrade a character. You unlock gold when you upgrade a character to 12. That's not true. You unlock a gold when you can upgrade a character. I don't have a single Gear Tier 12 character. The second you hit 65, you unlock gold. And orange war orbs. Level 65, yeah, but it has nothing to do with being 12. I don't have a single character at 12. Yeah. No, you're right. I was making sure we're right. Oh, there's my 4-star jug, daddy. God, Arena's the best store farm, man. I could say that as a free-to-play and a long-time player. Anytime they put a character in Arena, I'm just like... trying to get those sweet mini-uniques in this account? Nah, not really. Someone else's problem. After I give away this account to somebody with like a shit ton of credits and everything. I have no intention of going into Dark Dimension 3 in this account, though. That's for damn sure. I started the event while the milestone was running. Or like a week before it started or something like that. Week before it ended. There is no next best mystic. Juggernaut. Sorry. Juggernaut's next best mystic. My brain don't work right now, and it's only... I don't even know what time it is. Time isn't real, by the way. I slept like for 4 hours today. At like a random... Like, I don't know. Time isn't real. Loki is underrated. He's rated exactly where he should be. Loki is a phenomenal character. He's rated exactly where he should be. I think people overrate him when they have certain anecdotal evidence and conversations. Like, Loki and CM is one of the best combos in the history of Arena. You can't regret that. He was helpful for my Dark Dimension 2 run. Cool. Doesn't make him overrated or underrated. Just means you were helped by him. I know people who did it with Cap because of the energy. Doesn't mean he's over or underrated. Rated exactly where he needs to be. It's good enough. Loki's a really good character. That's where he stays. Arena Store is kind of cool because I'm fucking a very old shard. That's fair. Yeah, but even then, if you can hold top 500, you could farm a character. You could farm. You get three. You get, what is it? 1, 2, 3. 3 purchases every 2 days. So it's still a great deal of progress. It's 15 shards every 2 days. I don't care. Whoever you want. Whoever you think you're going to want to invest in for later. I struggle even getting to top 2K. There are straightaways, right? So here's an example. Right now, the current straightaway is Black Bolt and Phoenix. So when you get Black Bolt and Phoenix, you should be able to win any fight you need. Because Maw doesn't do anything, like, unless you're already Whale. But that's the same truth of anything. Whales just have a better experience than anyone else. Alright. Alright, guys. We're doing a wrap on this stream. I know it's short. I usually do longer, but I can't. Next week, I'll be a little bit more detailed. You'll see the growth. So the recap on this stream is I missed Star-Lord, and as a result of my greed and my hubris, I'm skipping IW. If you got Star-Lord and can still get IW, congratulations. I should have taken the opportunity to finalize IW, but I couldn't. Yes, Googs. The next stage for me is I'm going to unlock Magneto. So IW is probably about 10 days away or so. 10 plus days away, right? Any idea where Blob is going? They'll give him a node. Thanks for enjoying it. I'm not streaming this weekend, obviously, but I am streaming after this. I'm about a half-hour break or so. I'm going live on Twitch. We're going to play some Dream Daddy. It's not MSF. We're just going to dirtle and play a fun random game where I'm going to play a dad who tries to sleep with other dads. Pride Month's awesome. I don't necessarily know how... Sandwich Games knows. Sandwich Games knows. Dream Daddy. Anyway, that's the gist of this. We're hard audibling to Magneto. Why? I don't need IW. She's just the best option, and because I missed that answer... I'm just going to skip it. I still think Star-Lord, IW, /Shuri, Magneto, Black Bolt is the first 4 legendary characters you should unlock. I think that gives you a time frame of 30 days played, 50 days played, 90, like 3 months, 5 months. 7 months. I think after a year, you should have all of this stuff done, and I think you should as a free-to-play player, and that's where it is. How old is this account? 125 days old. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. You guys are here all the time, and I appreciate it greatly. I'm so happy to see what you guys have been doing and the growth you guys have been having. It makes me really happy to know that you guys are actually like following me and progressing. I know other people are too, but it always feels good to hear about it. So enjoy the rest of your weekend. Please be safe out there. I cannot stress, wear a mask if you can. Please, just do it. If you can't breathe, just trust me. Trust me, guys. That's all I'm going to say. Anyway, be safe. Have a good night. Have a great day. I've been Tony Scungili as always, and I'll catch you later. As soon as I figure out how to